in junior golf and obviously played well here as a professional. My dad brought me down here when I was old Andy Williams, so it's been near and dear to my heart for a number of years, and looking forward to getting out there and playing this year.
Had a little bit of time since the end of the President's Cup up till now. If you could just kind of bring us up to speed on how you're feeling coming into the week and what you've been doing.
Yeah, I didn't touch a club till after. Well, I take that back. I did play on my birthday, and that was the only day I touched a club since the President's Cup. And just wanted to get away from it. I was a little bit fried, physically, mentally, emotionally, and just wanted to have it all end. But I played on my birthday with my son, and we had a great time, and very similar to what I used to do with my dad on each and every one of my birthdays when my dad was still alive.
Okay, and one last question, and we'll open it up. It's an Olympic year, and just your thoughts on, with your incredible resume you already have, how much is the Olympics and Olympic medal on your mind? Is that something you have on your radar?
Well, I think for the U.S. guys, we're going to have to play well. There's a lot of us that are in the top 15, and I think I may have just fallen back into it in the fourth slot, but there's so much golf to be played. So many big events, major championships, players, World Golf Championships. There's a lot of golf to be played, and there will be some pretty good fluctuating over the next 6 months.
Okay, we'll take questions. Sean?
You're playing with Colin. The first time you'll be playing with someone or paired with someone who was born after you turned pro. What is your reaction to that?
Say that question again?
It's the first time being paired with someone who was born after you turned professional.
It means I've been out here a while. That's one of the neat things about this sport. It's not just encompasses a few years. In order to be a good player or be considered a good player, in football, maybe you can get to a decade of playing in the league. Here, we're measured by decades played, which is very different. Some guys have played, like Arnold and Jack and Gary, have been pro for over 50 years. So it's a different sport, but it's neat to see the young kids coming up. I've only seen Colin hit balls. Never get a chance to play with him until this week.
Have you noticed a change in the way guys react to playing with you for the first time since, let's say the early 2000s versus now? Level of nerves, that kind of thing?
Well, it'll be different. I mean, I certainly don't have the ability to hit the ball as far as I used to compared to the field. That was part of the biggest difference. I was one of two guys to hit the ball over 300 yards consistently when I first came out here. Now we got 50-plus guys doing the same thing. So it's just a different ball game, but at the end of the day, it's how many birdies and how many mistakes can you eliminate throughout a round, throughout a tournament that will lead you to a win, and hopefully that'll be the case for me this week.
Jeff?
Tiger, when you take time away and you come back, what is the thing that's slowest to come around if you feel rusty? Is there a certain part of your game that takes a little while to kind of get back? And has that been the same throughout your career, or with experience has that changed a little bit?
Yeah, I think for me, managing adrenaline takes a little bit of time. I'm so amped up to play that I really have to dumb myself down and calm myself down to play, because it's one of the things I've always struggled with, because I just want to get out there and compete. So sometimes I need to take a step back and calm down before I'm ready, and finding the rhythm of the round. I always say that to you guys, that sometimes I find it on the first hole, sometimes it takes as long as 3, 4, 5 holes, but then hopefully I haven't made too many mistakes in those holes that I can then turn a good score in. But sometimes it's gotten me behind, and I've missed cuts because I couldn't find the rhythm of the round fast enough.
You got Tiger 2 over here, right here, and then.
Yeah, the last time we saw you, you were playing obviously extremely well in Australia. I'm wondering, when did you pick up the practice again after the new year, and how has it been preparing for the conditions out west, which are about as different as it could be from Royal Melbourne?
Yeah, probably didn't start till about the fourth, yeah, about third or fourth. Yeah, literally concentrating while practicing. You know, I may hit balls here and there with my son in the backyard, but nothing serious. But then I started the grind up process of putting, chipping, pitching, wedging, moving my way throughout the entire bag, finally getting up to driver. So that took a little bit of time, and did a little bit of testing and trying to find some new clubs to hit the ball further and straighter and make me shoot lower scores. So all the good stuff.
Right here, then right here.
Tiger, you mentioned the driver. I know you've been testing a driver and a new golf ball. What was the testing process like for you? Are you planning on putting any of it in the bag this week, and have you seen any improvements?
I have seen improvements in the new sim. I'm a little bit faster, but I still need to do a little bit more testing out here. I think we're going to add a little bit of weight to it. Feels a little bit light to me right now. But yeah, I have picked up a little bit of speed, which is nice. And I know what my driver can do. I know my current driver is not maxed out. It's not supposed to be. It's a driver where I can hit a draw anytime I want, and then when I do hit a cut, it doesn't really go very far. But I know I can turn it at any given time. That's what I want with the sim driver. Same thing. I want to be able to draw and then hit my little slap cut up there, kind of shortening the fairway, and trying to find, both. Meanwhile, giving me more distance with both shots would be ideal.
Right here, then Doug.
No, this is Tiger over here. This is Jack's 80th birthday, and so when this happens, a lot of us and a lot of fans speculate on how many majors you might have had if not for the years that you've lost. Do you ever spend any time speculating on that or thinking about it?
Not really, because to even get to the number I got to, or I'm at right now, 15's a lot, and that's not too many guys who are around have seen that kind of number before. So it's just going to take time. It took Jack 26 years to get to it. It's taking me 20 some odd years to get to mine. So it just takes time to accumulate the number of wins. And yes, there were a number of years where I didn't compete and didn't play. So those were some missed opportunities. But granted, I'm playing again now, which is, these are blessed opportunities. I didn't think I would have these.
Doug?
Tiger, it seems like the older you get, the expectations are just as strong. You'd think it'd be the other way around, that when a guy gets older, the expectations come down a little bit. You can't control what the public thinks, but what about you? What are your expectations level like as time has gone on, as the years have gone on?
Well, when I was younger, it was, I had more good days than bad, feeling-wise. Now at 44, I'm feel more bad days than I do good days. And I think all of you who are at my age or older can relate to that. And I think that's the hardest part about being an older athlete. You see it all the time at the Masters. You see it every single year. Either Fred, Langer, or somebody's up there for about 2 to 3 days, then they fade. It's hard to put it together for all 4 days as you get older. It's just harder. And that's one of the things that I've noticed. This is harder to do. It's just hard to recover now. But I've been able to have won a few tournaments since I've made my comeback, and hopefully win some more.
Come right here.
Tiger, with number 83 looming, is there a building excitement within yourself, your camp? And secondly, is there a sporting milestone or two from your life watching other people achieve something that kind of stands out to you?
Well, I think that the number, just trying to get to 83, I don't think that it really doesn't. I really don't think about it, because I have to think about all the things I need to do to win the golf tournament. There's so many different shots I have to play, and strategy, and thinking my way around the golf course, that I'm more consumed in that. Now, as far as streaks, I think probably one of the all-time best when I was growing up was Edwin Moses. what do you win, like 113 straight races or something stupid like that? You got to lose one of them, right? You know, clip your foot on the hurdle or something. But nothing happened.
Tiger, just as a follow, if you were to have a chance to win on a Sunday, you were right there. There's people are going to, in this world, are going to want to poll that, you know, we would probably recognize these people. Do you find that interesting that the world may come to that green to kind of see you achieve what you?
Let's just get there first. Okay.
Right here, then front and center. Bobby?
Tiger, you're playing so well at the end there last year. Certainly the win, and then the Bahamas, you had a chance, played great at the President's Cup. Is there any carryover or momentum, or are you kind of starting over again?
Well, I feel like I ended the year on a good note, and I felt like my game really didn't need a whole lot of kind of dusting. But I am, as I said, I am putting some new woods in play this week, so I'm going to have to do some little bit of testing there and making sure they're ready to go. If not, I'll go back to my old faithful. As far as everything else is the same in the bag.
Tiger, multiple part of question. Have you had a chance to play South Coast with the new bunkerings? And also from not just a player, but a golf architect that you are, just curious to see if you have any opinion on what makes a fair U.S. Open test that I hear here at 21.
I have not seen the new bunkering in person. I've seen it in photos that somebody was kind enough to send me. But no, I haven't seen it in person. I'll see it tomorrow during the Pro-Am, playing the South Course tomorrow at 6:40, so I'll see it then. What makes it for a fair U.S. Open? I just think that narrow fairways, hard greens, high rough. This doesn't need to be complicated. That's what I grew up playing, and that's what I grew up watching. You missed a fairway, you were punished. Rarely ever a person ever advanced the ball to the green. So back with the days I used to watch, you know, the main stars in U.S. Opens were, it seemed like Lee Janzen or Payne Stewart or Scott Simpson. Those guys seem to be up there on the leaderboard, Tom Kite, like every single U.S. Open, just because they played that kind of game. And I understand they want to have it exciting, but also I think it's exciting when it's just narrow and tough.
Couple more right here.
Yeah, Tiger, the 18 majors is the one that gets sort of all the press. But how do you compare 82 versus 18 in terms of a record? You know, what it means and how important it is to you.
Well, it's being able to win consistently and win a lot. I mean, to have to, you know, I think in the course of my career, I won, 5 times in a year, like 10 times. So you gotta get it in bunches if you want to get to the 82 total. Or if you want to go the 18 route and just do what Brooksy's doing, you can do it that way too. There's different ways to doing it. I think that winning breeds winning. When I won other golf tournaments, I felt more confident going into major championships, and I was able to take off some of the majors because of it.
Okay, we'll finish up right here.
Tiger, coming back from all the surgeries, you know your body differently now. Is preparation radically different from when you were a superstar dominating the tour? What's it been like psychologically for you to fight all the way back and do what you did at the end of last season?
Yeah, it is. It is different. You know, well, let's say, for example, if you and I want to go hit balls right now or go play golf right now, I couldn't go right to the first tee and hit it, you know, a big tee shot. I could maybe chip a driver maybe 100 yards. I need to get worked on. I need to stretch. I need to get loosened up, and then start the process on the range of moving. It's hard. You know, I have a fixed point in my lower back. It's not moving. So I have to loosen everything else around it.
All right, Tiger, best of luck. Thanks for your time.
You got it. Thank you.